Hello and welcome. I am Lisa and this is my channel, Cross by Floss, where I chat about my love of cross stitching as well as life blabbings. Oh my gosh, how are you doing? I am so thrilled that you are here and we get to visit and spend some time together. It has been a bit, right? I think that the last time I did a video was in July. I didn't go back to have a look, but I think that it was before I went to go get the little, and then I was able and fortunate enough to spend a month with her, and we just had a really great time. Those are things I will talk about in my next video, my update video, which should be towards the end of September. And then I'm going to have another video. You guys are going to get bombarded by me this month. And then I should have another video this month on my Queen of Peace progress, which she's coming along. She is absolutely gorgeous, but I do need to do an update video as I have not done that for a really long time. And yeah, so that's where we're at. Today is September the 9th. And there's going to be a lot of tangents in this, okay? So first, today's September 9th, 2023. How many of us got up this morning at some ungodly hour and to get Nicola Parkman Hands Across the Sea's red box? So the time, so it was 12 o'clock, it was noon UK time, which was 7 a.m. here. And I tell you what, I was on that site at 6:45 until 7:21 trying to get a box because the site kept crashing. Not you know, Nicola's fault or anything like that, just the amount of traffic to her site. Oh my gosh. And I tell you what, you guys, I'm in menopause. There's a lot of sweating to begin with. But there was even more sweating as I was like refreshing and trying to get the box and refreshing, and then it would be in my cart and refreshing, and then the site would go down and then refreshing, and then like things were happening, and then finally I got to like the pay thing, and then it went down, and then refreshing. Oh my gosh, there was a lot of sweating. I had to have a shower. But in the end, I got a box. So, or at least I hope I got a box. Got a confirmation I got a box. I'm really hoping I got a box. I'm so excited about it. And for those of you who aren't aware, Hands Across the Sea is a sampler company, and they reproduce samplers and do a beautiful job. Nicola Parkman is one of the design. I think she owns the company, and then she has got another gal, Sandra, who I think is kind of like her right-hand woman. And I think that that's how it goes. If not, please gently correct me. But Nicola is the face of Hands Across the Sea for the most part. So, and I have enjoyed, how I actually found out about Nicola was she did a Queen of the May every year that was an exclusive, and my LNS, Threadneedle Street, carried it, but I was so intimidated because, you know, it's done on linen and there was a lot of over one, but my grandma is a May 1st baby, and I just, and these samplers are very reflective of my grandma. Elegant, beautiful, colorful, just gorgeous, and always with a beautiful message. And that was my grandma. So anyways, they reminded me of her, and so I started collecting the Queen of the Mays maybe in 2017, 2018, something like that. Anyways, and they've just been sitting in my stash because I don't do over one. And but she has now started reproducing for people who stitch on Aida, and so that has made my heart super happy. And I have a lot of Hands Across the Sea samplers or charts, and now I want to do so many. And when she said, and I missed out on her red box last year, and when she said she was doing it again this year, I was like, I will have one. And so I was up at an ungodly hour for me to get one of those, and I sweated through the whole thing. Okay. Yeah, so how many of you also did that? Leave a comment down below. Tell me your experience. Oh my goodness. Seriously, I was sweating. Okay. Now I'm going to get a little housekeeping out of the way. I'm in my sunroom, as you can tell, and I have closed all the windows, but I do have the fan up on ahead, directly above me actually. And so hopefully you don't, it's not distracting. The light is okay. And every once in a while you will hear the beautiful wind chimes that my daughter and my boys buy me for Christmas every year. They are special, super expensive wind chimes, and I love them. And they get them engraved with a little something special, and I love listening to them. And so they are directly outside here, and so it's kind of a cloudy, gloomy-ish, cool. It's a cool day, so you may hear the wind chimes every once in a while. I tell you what, I'm going to take this cool over the depths of hell hot that we have had here. I am telling you, you guys, this heat has been something else this year. And because we moved from a dry heat climate to a humid heat climate, I'm dying. And I have decided in my life that if this is what hell actually is going to be like, I have to clean up my act, because I can't, when I die, I can't do this. I can't do this. Okay. All right, so if you are new to my channel, welcome. Oh, I'm so happy you are here. I hope you like what you see and that you consider subscribing and ringing the bell. I am in the now upcoming future going to be a lot better about getting videos done. Summer just kind of went by, and I didn't do, honestly, a lot of stitching. I mean, not enough for me to go, oh, I should absolutely do a floss tube. But yeah. And if you are returning, oh my gosh, you guys know how much I appreciate you, and thank you so much for coming and visiting with me and all of the things. Also, another bit of housekeeping, you probably noticed I actually have makeup on today. If you are watching on your HD TV, please, like, back up, back away, like, don't be looking. As I was putting on my makeup this morning, I was like, and I haven't done it for a really long time because, again, it's so hot here, it just melts right off the face, so why bother? But yeah, this morning it was cooler, and I have some things to do later today, and I thought, what a perfect time to do a floss tube, put a face on and do the things. And but I would think with how humid it is here, my face, my skin should be glowy, right? It is not. It is dry. It is gross. And things, I got to do something about that. So don't be looking too close. Just look at all the pretties I'm going to hold up, not me. And yeah, and also there will be what I term floss tube face, that I don't itch my face. Very rarely do I like touch my face, itch my face on a daily basis, but as soon as this camera goes on to do a floss tube, I do itchy face, and I'm, you know, itching my nose or my eyebrow or my ear or my chin, like floss tube face. I don't know why it happens. And I am also going to make a very concerted effort to stop saying I do say it in my daily life also, so it's very hard for me, but I'm gonna try really hard. Okay, this is gonna be a long video. I have decided I never really loved the term haul. I get, you know, why we call it haul. But because Mr. G is a truck driver and he hauls goods, you know, I now kind of associate it with truck driving and, you know, hauling things from one area to another. And so I decided I needed to call it something different. And so I decided that Lisa's Luscious Loot, or something like Lisa's Luxurious Loot, I don't know, whatever I ended up with as a title, that's what it's gonna be. And because sometimes I feel like the loot that I got, I've kind of plundered. Yes, some of it is, you know, of the month clubs, you know, that I'm in. But yeah, I don't know. For this video, I just needed to make it something kind of funny because there's a lot of it. In my defense, it has been a while since you've seen these, you know, since I've done a video and I have received these goods. And so there's a lot of it. And I'd like to address really shortly, kind of, because I do get comments every once in a while, especially when I have large haul sections, yep, in my videos, and people will ask, you know, like, how can I afford that? Or don't I think that maybe, you know, it's kind of excessive? And sometimes, yes, absolutely, but I am very fortunate that Mr. G supports my hobby, and this is my hobby. This is what I enjoy doing, and I don't have any other, you know, I don't go out and have a big friend group that I go to happy hour all the time, and you know, we don't drive super expensive vehicles, and we don't go on vacations. And so, like, really what I'm trying to say is our money is put in different areas, and I do recognize that I am fortunate financially that I am allowed to have what I have, and I recognize that some people are not as fortunate, and then there's people who are more fortunate. And I think that it just really depends on, you know, at the end of the day, if there's anything left, where you would like to put that money, and that's how I choose, and Mr. G supports where I put my money, so, or our money. And so that's, I guess, I hope that kind of, I know that sounds awful maybe to some, but I just felt the need to address it. Okay, anyways, this is going to be a super long video. Did I already say that? It's going to be a long video because oh my gosh, you guys, I have piles. I have a lot of piles, and I'm going to insert some pictures of things because it's just either too big to hold up or whatever. So grab some drinks. I have my coffee. I have, because I know this is going to be a long video, I have my, this is Kool-Aid. Because I'm 6, okay? So we do, my youngest son loves Kool-Aid, and that's how he gets his water intake, his liquid intake. And so I did what my children always do. Do your kids, here's another aside. Do your children do the same thing? They go to the fridge and there's like milk, juice, whatever it is, right? Whatever liquid you have in your fridge that they drink, and they leave that much in it. I did that today, and it gave me great glee because actually he's the one who makes it most of the time. I very rarely make Kool-Aid because I don't, you know, it's not my drink of choice, but I was too lazy to go downstairs and get the water bottle and whatever. So anyways, yes, I have Kool-Aid. And I left a little teeny tiny bit in there. And I'm expecting to hear for goodness sakes, really? I'm expecting it. And then, okay, I just want to do like a PSA. Have you guys heard of these things? They're fantastic. My Kroger sells them for 4 for $5 most of the time. So, you know, we get the whole thing. They're delicious. They are so, they've got like a gummy center. They're like little nugget clusters of candy. The whole entire box is only 290 calories. A serving is 100 calories. I can eat this whole box, yes, in a day, sometimes in a few hours. It just depends. And, but like it's a fun little snack. And it doesn't, so far, I haven't had a problem with it like leaving residue on my fingers or anything. Like the color hasn't come off from the dye, which is horrible because I realize I'm stuck in that in my body too. Whatever, it's fine. But yeah, I haven't noticed that. So when I'm cross stitching, it's just a really good, you know, something to keep me occupied and not, you know, want to go and raid the cookies or chocolate or pie or anything else. Okay, let's get to all the goodies. I think I'm going to do it in sections. So I'm going to do the thrifting, some of the thrifting things. If you follow me on Instagram, and I'll link all of this information in the show notes below, but it's crossed_by_floss on Instagram. And I show randomly some haul pictures that I get. And so I thought today, before I do that though, I have had a lot of questions about these fabric rolls that I mentioned in I think my last video, right? And so I messaged the gal who knows the gal who does these, and talk to her. Anyways, I'm going to link her Etsy shop below because she is selling them for the lady who does these on her Etsy, and her name is Tiffany. Her Etsy shop is BlackCatXStitchery, I think. It's going to be linked below. But if you go to her Etsy store, you will see some fabric rolls. Now, I am unclear because I did not ask Tiffany this. And the lady, goodness sakes, the lady's name escapes me again. Athena? I think it's Athena. Isn't that good? Yeah, I think so. She does gorgeous work, you guys. And the fabric rolls, I don't believe, are very expensive for the quality. I kid you not, the quality is over the top excellent. So if you are interested in fabric rolls, I am going to link Tiffany's Etsy shop down below. And again, I'm unclear of whether or not you can do like a custom order and say, you know, you want like X fabric, or if what she's selling is what she's selling. I don't really honestly know the case, but you could probably message Tiffany and ask, and then she could ask Athena, or if they've already made a deal and, you know, what's up is up. So that's where it's at. Athena, BlackCatXStitchery, I believe Tiffany's Etsy shop is selling them on behalf of Athena. So anyways, that, yay, I got that out of the way. Okay, so let's do some haul. I know that I have explained sometimes, more so on my Instagram, the stores around here, it's very hard to find cross-stitch things. And so when I do find cross-stitch things, I'm so excited. And it's also very, very cheap. Well, one day I was asking because, you know, I keep going, I'm really hoping one day I get lucky and I find a sampler. That's what I'm really hoping for. So far that has not happened. But I was talking to a gal at one of the thrift stores, and she goes, oh no, we throw out the cross stitch because it just doesn't sell. And I think I had to do a fix your face moment because I was so stunned when she said that. And then it dawned on me, it must be right, because I very rarely find cross stitch items in this area. Now I have three thrift stores in my area. So when I leave my house, I do the loop. It's a loop. And I so very rarely find anything, and which surprises me because I know people here cross stitch. People enter into the state fair here, and I know that people are cross stitching. So where's the stuff? And every once in a while I'll find like hoops, And I'm like, okay, well, if somebody's cleaning out their estate, they can't just have had hoops. So where's the stuff? Well, apparently they throw it out. Yeah. So I think that, and also I also wonder if it's not truly a case of they throw it out, but maybe somebody else in who works at the stores, you know, knows about cross stitch and maybe just gets it and then puts it on Etsy, eBay, to sell, or yeah, something like that, because I'm so confused. I don't know that for a fact, but when I was told that they were thrown out, I was like, oh my gosh, do I have to start dumpster diving? I can't. So anyways, I do have a couple of stores here, and occasionally I get lucky. And so everything that I'm gonna show you, I've actually gotten from one store. So maybe I just need to concentrate on that store. I don't know. But the other day when I was in there, I found a couple of cross stitch patterns, and I was so happy to find them. They were in like with the, they had them with like all the notebook paper and everything. They have a very tiny shelf of craft stuff, and they put other like school supplies and all that in there, and this was all mixed in with that. So I got this pattern, and they were 49 cents. 49 cents. And was that a day that color, the store I go to, they have like 3 colors a week that they, a color is 99 cents, another color will be 50% off, and then another color will be 25%, and then each week the color, you know, goes up, and then whatever was 50% now is 99 cents, and so on. And so I think that this might have been just I don't care, it was 49 cents. So I got that pattern there. I got this Lizzie Kate pattern that is Home is Where We Share. I got this pattern here called, I don't know, oh, the Cat Sampler. And then this one here, which I was really surprised, the Homespun Elegance. It's called the Annual Christmas Sampler, Piece Sampler. And it was a kit. It came with the linen and the thread and a needle. 49 cents. And then at the same trip, they had just a bag of DMC floss. I've not opened it to smell what it smells like, but I thought if anything, this might be a good learning how to twist threads. So, but it was 79 cents. 79 cents. You can't even buy a skein for, I mean, yes you can. If you go to Hobby Lobby, yes you can. Okay, and then I haven't shown this one yet on my Instagram, but the other day when I was there, I also got, ooh, back glare, sorry. I got this super dated, absolutely 100% super dated, and I'm gonna take it in to have it reframed, take this mat off, which is gross, and yeah. But it was 99 cents. 99 cents. So, couldn't leave that. And then I did show this one on my Instagram. I was absolutely shocked. This was in a box. So what I saw first was the frame, because, you know, it was in a box kind of like this, and it was just towards the back. So I saw the frame, and this frame is gorgeous. So I was like, ooh. And then I pull it out, and it's a sampler. I don't know, do you call this a sampler? Anyways, it's Psalm 23, and it is so gorgeously stitched, you guys. Like, it is just, oh my gosh. Yep, it is beautiful. $3.99. it kills me because, you know, then there's things in there from like Home Goods or Target or, you know, some big box store, Hobby Lobby, and they'll have like $12.99 on that picture or something like that. So it's so stunning to me. Also, I'm gonna pop a picture in here, and this was a day, and I went towards the back of the store, and they had all of these DMC rolls hanging up, and they were 99 cents. I grabbed every one of them. And here's my problem. So I always go into a store and I never take a basket, I never take a cart, because I'm like, I'm just gonna put whatever in my hands, right? If I can't carry it, I shouldn't buy it. That's my initial thinking. And then I find things like that. Well, I had already bought, I had already found like a couple of milk glass things, and so they were already, you know, in my hands and everything. And so I'm looking at those, and so I'm grabbing them, right? I'm grabbing them, and I'm like, I can't get all of these rolls in my hand. So now I'm like, okay, I hope nobody else who is around me watching me, right? I'm like, I hope nobody else thinks that these are a good deal and are going to get them while I run up to the front of the store to get a cart, put everything in. Like, you guys, if there were people in my way, I was going to mow them down. I ended up getting them all. And it was funny, like there's 28 rolls, I think. And it was funny because the lady was like, oh, I'm so glad you're taking all of these. They took up so much room back there. And I was like, okay. Absolutely thrilled. So that happened. Then while I was gone, I don't remember all the sequence of events. It doesn't matter. It's going to go however it's going to go in this video. So I'm going to pop in another picture here. And this is of some beautiful quilts I was so lucky to get from Carol, Saltbox Stitcher. And if you watch Carol, Saltbox Stitcher, you know that she stitches a lot of samplers, and she has a beautiful wall of samplers behind her, and she always has some sort of quilt also in the background. And she is a prolific quilter, and she has a long arm business as well. And she does a sale every once in a while because she's got a lot of quilts apparently. And, you know, like us all, you know, there's only so much wall space you have. There's only so many beds and cushions and chairs and things that you can put quilts on and whatever, right? And so she has been kind of destashing some of her quilt, either quilt tops or already made quilts. And I got so lucky. My fingers were fast, and I was able to purchase 2 quilts from her. One that was already made, and then the other one she was selling unmade, or you could have her finish it. And because I don't quilt, nor do I have a long arm or anything else, I had her do it. And so they came beautifully packaged, beautifully done. I mean, oh my gosh. And I absolutely love them. And the one quilt, the big quilt, is going on the guest room bed, and it is just absolutely stunning, and I absolutely love it. And so hopefully the pictures have gone up and you've been able to see them, but they're just too big, and I cannot put them in the video. So those are I think the pictures that I'm gonna put in. We'll see. Then, oh my goodness. So anyways, a huge thank you to Carol for, you know, destashing her beauty and gorgeousness and all of the things. Like, oh my goodness sakes, beautiful quilts. I just am so thrilled. All right, so then I subscribe to DMC's newsletter. And I am a horrible person about my emails, but every once in a while I'll go in and I'll just do like a random dump. And nope, that's not how I found this out. Yes, it was through email. And one of the shops I subscribed to said something about DMC had sent them a letter saying that their cases, their wooden cases, were being discontinued or something. Anyways, they were on their last sale or something like that, right? So when I read that, it was like, oh, I've wanted a case for a really long time. And so, oh my gosh, if they're discontinuing them, I must have one. So I went onto the DMC website, and it did say that it was like a sale, or I don't remember. Anyways, seriously, I don't remember what I did 20 seconds ago and what I said, so I certainly am not going to remember what I did like a month and a half ago. And but anyways, so I went onto the site, and this is how I justified it to myself. You got a wooden storage box with 500 skeins or 550 skeins, however many skeins is in the line you got. And so I was like, well, I mean, if I look at the cost of the skeins, I'm getting the box for free. And who wouldn't like a whole entire set of DMC floss? Because every once in a while when you go to the store, you can't get the color that you're looking for, right? Well, now I have every single one of them. So I was like, yeah, that seems like a good idea. So it came. And I put that up on my Instagram, and several people were like, oh, you're so bad, and now I have to go and get that, you know. And yes, that case went away for a little bit. Either they sold out of it or something, I don't know. Maybe they're redesigning it. I have no idea. I'm not in the know. I know nothing. I just know that I'd heard that they were potentially discontinuing the box, and now I needed to get it before it went away. Well, then I get an email. Well, no, now I get texts from them, because an email isn't dangerous enough. Because I don't go through my emails very often, I was like, well, maybe I should get their texts. So now I get their texts, which is uber dangerous for me because I do read that way quicker. And they were like, hey, we're introducing a small box. So I was like, well, sure. And they had all kinds. I mean, literally, they had different ways you could buy it. You could buy it without floss, and it was $100. And I was like, okay. I mean, I have seen reproduction ones, you know, at antique sales and stuff, and they want a lot more, like for a J&P Coats case, right? And they want a lot more for it than that. So sure, that seems okay, right? So I'm like, okay, I will buy one of those. And then at the time when I bought it, you also got a free gift, which was a 14 count Aida red piece of fabric. You could either get, you got red. And so I was like, okay, but then they have like other styles that you could buy. Like you could buy a, they had sectioned out different groupings of floss, colors, and it was between like 174 and up, depending on like which style of floss you were buying. I don't know. Anyways, I managed to get it without the floss. And this is the little box here. So it has 3 little drawers. They're tiny, you know, they're not super big. The case is not that big. And then it's got, you know, the top storage, which I do like, but for stackability, it kind of sucks. But I do like that. But there's three little drawers. It's really nicely made. It's beautiful. It's got the DMC logo on it, embossed in the wood. It's just really beautifully made. And I was like, okay, so now I bought the big one, and now I have the little one. Well, then those stinkers sent another email for Labor Day sale, and they were like, hey, we have a Labor Day sale going on. There are 3 different three different things that you can buy with the case. One of them was their lights, you know, and their specialty gross devil floss. That was one set you could buy. Another was a pearl cotton and something else. And I resisted. I was not going to buy it. I was not going to buy it. I was not going to buy it. But it was such a good price. And I was like, if I have one little case, why not have two little cases side by side? How cute would that be, right? And I'm not going to put my DMC. Originally, when I bought the first box, I was not going to put the DMC in it. I was going to use it for my specialty floss because I just really have them on rings right now. And unfortunately, with Animal that likes to goob his slobber everywhere, I don't want my floss to get dirty. And so I'm like, okay, and I love storage containers, all that jazz. So I was like, okay. So then I was like, well, why not buy a whole entire set of DMC pearl cotton? Because I need pearl cotton like I need a hole in the head. I don't even stitch with pearl cotton, but I want to punch needle, and pearl cotton can be used for that. And I was like, okay. And anyways, it was a good deal. And then along with their 25% off, I kept meaning, on the last order, I completely forgot to do it. And I wanted to try the Floss. I've heard a lot about Floss, and people saying that the white, when you're doing white stitching, you know, has the coverage. Like, I believe Anchor Black is better than 310 DMC for coverage. And so I was like, okay. So then I bought some skeins of the Floss and in white and ecru. And so I was like, oh, well, we'll try that and see. And they were 25% off for that sale. So I was like, and I was getting free shipping anyways with the, and that was the other thing. It was free shipping. And yeah, so anyways, now I have 3 DMC boxes, a big one and 2 little ones. And then when I went thrifting, antiquing, I also have 2 like J&P coat type boxes, floss boxes, so, or thread boxes, I guess they were back in the day. So that all happened. Okay, I'm gonna pause, I'm gonna clean this up, and then I'm gonna get the next pile over here so that we can see what we got going on. Okay, I'm back. Oh my gosh, I hope you all had a drink. I'm gonna need another drink. Oh my gosh. I have so many piles around me, you guys, and I don't even know where I'm gonna put it all when I'm showing you. So, okay. I do a lot of, and I now since taken myself off, but I have spent a phenomenal amount of time on eBay and Mercari, and what other site do I go to? Occasionally Etsy, but what's the other? And besides thrifting. Anyways, I have now taken myself off of Mercari and eBay, and I don't even look anymore because I was spending so much time looking at great deals of stitching or patterns that I don't necessarily need, but it's okay. And I mean, really, I have just added to my stash beyond life expectancy, however we say Sable, for real. It's bad. But anyways, while I was on there, you know, I would find really cute things. And so I was like, oh, I want to save the stitches, or that's a really good deal and I love that designer, or whatever the case is, right? So I was like, a lot of things came, you guys. So one of the things that I found, this was a framed piece that I don't know, it was really cheap. Even with the shipping, it was really, really cheap. And it photographed beautifully. I want to say it was on eBay, possibly. And It says, life is fragile, handle with care. Well, it doesn't have any glass in it, and it is very dirty. And they taped it onto a piece of poster board in the back, and it's very worn. You can very much tell it's very worn. So I'm tempted to take it out and give it a little bath. And I really hope they use DMC and that nothing bleeds. Yeah, but it is very dirty. But I thought that it would be a really nice piece out here in the sunroom here, and because in front of me is the fireplace, brick wall. On the other side is the fireplace, and so I have a lot of stuff that I can put on here. Yes, it will get sun faded because of the windows, but for things like this that I didn't personally stitch and are not going to, my children are not going to want in the future, I am okay with having it in here, and I might potentially actually put the cross stitch stuff that is not, that either doesn't have museum glass or some sort of protection. I'll put it maybe on the other side of the fireplace. I have two walls with furniture on cabinets on those sides, and so it might go in there. So anyways, this super cheap, all framed, was a really good buy, and so I was like, oh, let's save the stitches, right? So I bought that. Then, and these are in no order, like of when I bought them or anything else. And then I found this little beauty. This is a Lavender and Lace pattern. And I love Lavender and Lace, but I'm going to be really realistic and say that I am not going to stitch a whole lot of them in my lifetime. I'd love to, but I'm not going to. But anyways, I have, is it Isabel's Garden? Or maybe that's what this one is. I don't know. There's a little girl that's blowing a bubble, and I have that pattern, and I really want to do that. And I think that that's such a cute companion piece. So anyways, I am going to, where am I going? I am going to the craft gallery next Thursday, and I'm going to take this piece and have Paula frame it. It's already been pinned, and there's a lot of excess fabric, and I'm sure that Paula will do something with that. She might even repin it, restretch it and repin it, who knows. But anyways, it's already been done, and beautifully stitched. No date, no initials, nothing, which is really unfortunate. And oh, I just noticed that there's a little stain right here. Man, I wonder if that's Odin Goob. Okay, I'm gonna show you of my month clubs because that's what's sitting right here. I am part of Brandy's Be Stitch Me, and please excuse all of the crinkling, but I am part of Brandy's Be Stitch Me. And so for the last 3 months, these are the pieces that I've gotten. So there's this one here. Oh, things are falling. There's this one here. It's beautiful. It is called Lightly Salted, Not Roasted. Beautiful sampler color. This one was, let's see, this one was possibly July's club, June's club, I don't know. Catacombs. I get a 20 count Ada from Brandy, and her fabric, honestly, I'm gonna tell you, her fabrics are just absolutely stunning. I love them, love them. So that is Catacombs, right? Yep. And then this was the latest one, I think, and this one's called Lunar, and it's kind of a gray purpley color with some modeling. Is gorgeous. And again, love Brandy's clubs, and will continue with her because she is one I am now stitching on 20 count. Seems to be my go-to, especially for samplers or for other things that I don't need to have beads or Kreinik or anything on, and I want them to be a little smaller because, again, wall space is, you know, can be an issue. And if everything is on a 16 count or an 18 count or a 14 count, oh, excuse me, you know, it can get large. And so, and Brandy seems to be one of the few dyers that do 20 count. And so, and I love Brandy. Been with Brandy for a very long time. Like I want to say almost when she started her business, and she's just done a fantastic job. Love her. All right, I am also part of Grace Notes Fabric of the Month, and I get an 18 count from them. And this was, I want to say July's club possibly, and this was Peaches and Cream. And I get a fat quarter from them. So that was that one. And then this is June's, I think, June's. Yep. And this is called Hazelnut Cream. A really pretty piece of fabric. And then in August, they had a retreat. And I had initially signed up for that retreat, but I couldn't go because I had the little. And so I forfeited, you know, my spot basically. And, but because I had paid for it, I had emailed Corinne, the owner of Grace Notes Fabrics, and said, hey, I'm not able to go, and I'm sure that, you know, your wait list is over and it's totally fine. So instead of me going, would you, you know, send me the little bag of goodies that you would typically give at the retreat? And she was like, oh, absolutely, and not a problem. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. That is so sweet. And so she did. So that this is the goodie bag, and I'll show you that in a minute. But she sent it along with a 20 count Lugana. So she had emailed me and said, hey, we're having problems getting 18 count Ada to dye. And so, you know, would you like to change it to a different count? And I was like, okay, you know, Lugana and even weave are not really things that I stitch on, but I kind of want to. Ada is always going to be my first love. And so anyways, we'll see how it goes. And so for the next couple of months, I'm going to get their 20 count Lugana. And so this was the color, and it's Aqua Fresca. And I believe that that was August's fabric of the month. And it's very soft, and yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm just gonna quickly show you some of the things that I think you got at your table, or when you signed in to the retreat. You got a little bag tag. You got a little cute pair of scissors, which are awesome. You got a little, this is a little brush. It's like a mascara wand, honestly. And you use that to take off the, when you frog things and sometimes the color or thread is left behind, and you do that lightly on your fabric, and that gets rid of the thread left behind. Then there was a little thing from Brenda's Boutique, and I think there was a little package anyways, and I think that this is a bit of floss that they're dyeing. Grace Notes Fabric is dyeing. And then you got a an eighth of a piece of Ada. Mine was Ada. I don't know if everybody else's was the same, but this is a 14 count piece, and in Celebrate 2023, so this might be just like an exclusive for the retreat, I'm not sure. And then there was also a really cute little needle, wooden needle minder in this cute little organza bag. And it is a little needle minder for the retreat. You see that? Is that it? No, not any better. Anyways, it's got Grace Notes fabrics on it, and then the Retreat 2023, which super cute. And then there was a book. Take the thingy off so it's not glaring. And so inside this booklet was like a welcome letter and, you know, an introduction to the people who work for the retreat or for Grace Notes Fabrics, as well as a bunch of patterns that designers made for the retreat. And so that was really lovely, all inside this pink Grace Notes Grace Notes Fabrics tote bag. So that was fun. And I think, you know what I'm gonna do? Excuse me. Shove all of the things into this tote, so when I clean up, it's not that bad. Oh my gosh, it's bad. All right, then, oh, and I never took them out of their bags. Oh, that's a shame. I don't want to crinkle, you guys. I am part of Garon Toten Bags. Is it Toten Bag or Toten Bag? I'm not sure. Anyways, I've been calling it Toten Bag this whole entire time, so I guess I've never really paid attention on their videos, like how they pronounce it. It's horrible. Anywho, I have been part of their bag of the month for a long time. I have a lot of bags. And I will continue because honestly, for the amount of money that the bags are and the quality that the bags are, they're just absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, so I'm continuing on with them, even though in the new year I'm going to start giving up a few of the months and also curbing my spending a little. Anyway, this was July. So this was July's bag. So pretty. That's such a shame because now you don't get to see the insides, but I didn't want to crinkle that much for you guys. This is August's. Let's see. Here we go. Sahara. It's funny because I've been watching a lot of like wilderness, you know, how the animals are dying off and what people are doing conservation wise and that kind of thing. I've been watching like a lot of like Disney Plus nature, you know, those shows, and why did the dinosaurs die. So anyways, when this came up, I was like, oh, that's perfect. And then this was the latest one for September. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I love this. I love this so much. So those were my bag of the month from them. Then, oh man, I'm gonna have to, this one shouldn't be this bad. You know, if you've been with me for any length of time, you know that I absolutely love DotDotGooseDesign's bags. I buy Garon Toten bags because it's a complete fabric bag, and I mean, if you know your projects, you know what's in it. But I buy these ones because they have the clear fronts, and she posts all the time on Instagram. She's on Instagram all the time, and so she posts, you know, what new fabric she's got coming up. And I had just been to the Teresa Wenzler retreat with Craft Gallery not that long before I saw these bags. And so she was, oh, I have these bags and Teresa Wenzler fabric. And so I was like, I must have that one. And so I bought this bag here. That's the inside. And then this is the outside fabric. And then there was this one, and I think she called this Up. And I just love this. And I'm going to take her card out of here so you can find it. Again, I will link her information below, but this is her card information. She is on Etsy. And just, I mean, her workmanship for her bags and everything are just stunning. So this one is called Up. I mean, look at these beautiful, is it hydrangeas, pansies, hydrangea? I don't know. I don't know my flowers. In baskets like a balloon. Oh my gosh, they're just gorgeous. So, and that's the back fabric. So I had to get me those two bags as well. And I haven't bought a Denise bag for a while. That's what I call them, a Denise bag. They're DotDotGooseDesign. And she puts her tag on them. Yeah, design. And I used to say designs, and that's wrong, but it's DotDotGooseDesign. The owner's name is Denise. She's lovely. Her quality of workmanship is beautiful. She has wonderful customer service. She's a lovely lady, and I will continue to support her randomly because, you know, she doesn't have a bag of the month club or anything like that, so, which is unfortunate. And then, while we're continuing on bags, Stitch Folk, oh my gosh, get yourself into a lot of trouble, posted that she was doing some tomato bags. And so with some very fast fingers, I also was able to get one of these before they sold out. And just beautiful, just beautifully made. There is the scissor fob. There's the bag fob. Just absolutely gorgeous. And here is the inside fabric. Just beautiful. And then she also included a little card that says tomato or tomato, depending on which part of the country you are from and how you say it, how you pronounce it. Tomato, tomato. It's funny because my grandma used to say tomatoes. I'm gonna have fried green tomatoes. We were always like, Grandma, it's tomato. Potato, potato, tomato, tomato. That's what she used to say. I love my grandma. All right. Okay, now onto this. Oh, amount of haul. All right, so I want to say that this was on eBay. Somebody had a pattern that I have been looking for a really long time. I have wanted this for, I can't even tell you how long, and it's in Mother's, I think it's called In Mother's Arms, or just Mother's Arms. And I really and truly have been looking for this pattern for a really long time. She was selling it for not a lot of money because it did not have a case. It didn't have its backing, surround. Didn't have its case. But I don't care because it had the picture and it has the pattern, and it's not, you know, faked or anything like that. So if the cover gets ruined, then sad, because I would love to have the cover, but really what's more important to me is the pattern. So so that was included, and I'm so thrilled about that, and I cannot wait. And yes, you did see a portion of the pattern, and if you can figure something out with that part of the pattern, more power to you. All right. Okay, the next piece that I have is I was watching a Flosstuber, and they mentioned that there was a new fabric dyer who was starting a business and was selling on an Etsy shop some fabric. And I like to support small business and also see what the quality of people's fabrics and, you know, how they dye it and that kind of thing. And so I thought, well, I'll go and have a look. And so the shop's name is Those Missing Stitches. And I purchased an 18 count piece of fabric in the color Serene Sonia. So I will link that information down below in my show notes. So if you are interested in seeing the quality of and the colors of fabric for this shop, you will have that information. Okay, then I went down a rabbit hole, you guys. Oh my goodness. I think Mercari and eBay, I did a lot of late night shopping, and it was bad. So I'm just gonna go with it. So birds of a feather, I have the understanding that these patterns are very hard to find, and that there's a possibility that they will never or are very unlikely to be reproduced, or recopied, whatever, is it reproduced? I don't know. And so to find the patterns is like gold, and people have been showing some of their finishes, and I'm like, oh, I want some of these patterns, because you know, it's FOMO, right? When you find that you can't do something or can't have something, you desperately want it, right? Even if you don't need it, desperately want it. Yeah, that was me. So I went on and I found a couple of birds of the feather that were not very expensive, and so I was thrilled. So the first one I got was the Seweth sampler. Let's see, that's not bad. So I got that one. So pretty. Cannot wait. And then I got the one that says words. I love that. So give thanks, hello, simplify, true, and practice patience. I find it funny that I buy a pattern that has simplify in it. Then there was Bloom Where You Are Planted. Oh, I love this one too. And this is a small one. It's only 66 by 65. You would think that, you know, maybe I could get that done in not a whole lot of, and it's got nice chunks-ish of colors. So it shouldn't be a horrible stitch to do. And then I found Land That I Love. Like so much. And yeah, and this one has it's got initials in here that you can personalize, and so there's a chart of initials and numbers if you want to personalize your chart. And so I thought that was really sweet. And then I think from the same seller, I also got this Bright Needle Good Morning, Good Evening. And I just thought that it was really cute. And I think it came, I think that there were a couple of pieces that went together. I've mixed everything up, so now I don't know exactly. But I'm fairly certain that, it was kind of like a bundle. And then the Tree of Life sampler by Hillside Samplings. Oh my goodness, look at that. Is that not cute? So cute. So I got that. And then the Cricut Collection alphabet samplers. Very nice. Very nice. The Cricut Collection. I don't know if any of their stuff ever retired. Maybe it just I don't honestly find these patterns hard to find specifically. Maybe some of them are harder to find than others, but if you can pretty much get, if you're searching for the Cricut Collection on eBay, there's a phenomenal amount of them. Then, oh my goodness, who was I watching? This is somebody's fault. This is so somebody's fault, because they showed this Stars and Stripes pattern that was done by Plum Street Samplers in collaboration with Plum Street Samplers and Shakespeare's Peddler. And I was like, I love all things Plum Street. And Kitten Stitcher, her, oh my gosh, what's her name? Teresa Wenzler. She has absolutely beautiful, she reproduces samplers, and she's got a lot of really beautiful things. And so I was like, okay, anything with Plum Street, I'm gonna buy. And so whoever I was watching, this is their fault. So I had to go on, and it's exclusive to Shakespeare's Peddler. So if you want this pattern, you have to go on to the Shakespeare's Peddler website, at least for the foreseeable future. I don't know if they're going to, if this is something that will maybe get released in like a year. You know how sometimes when things are exclusive to some, whether it's a retreat or a shop or whatever, but then maybe a year later or after a certain amount of time has passed, they will release it and to the general everywhere. And so I don't know if that's a case or if it's just an always Teresa Shakespeare's Peddler has this. So anyways, had to go on, get that. Okay, so while I was there, nothing should ever travel by itself, ever. So then Teresa has a spot on her website that she has patterns that are either older or donated or whatever the case is, and she donates that money to a cat shelter. And so this was on there, and it's Dear Diary by Little House Needleworks. And I love that. I thought it was really, really cute. And it came with the little charm, the little key. I love that. So cute. So I got that. And then Little Annie Lewis by Lottie Da. Oh, I love all things Lottie Da. So it was like, and I'm in the process of doing a 3-part sampler by Lottie Da that's called Margaret Cottam, and I just love her samplers. They're just really, really beautiful. And this is what the original looked like. That's what the original looked like, and then that's her adaptation. So beautiful. Had to have that. And I love all things from Lottie Da, Lori, the designer. She's just absolutely wonderful. And then I don't remember if this was also in the donated area or if this was something that was on her website, but this is Rebecca Valentine, circa 1740. And that sampler there. And this is from Bittersweet House. I don't know that I've ever bought a pattern from them. I didn't know about them. And then I bought this box. And this was an exclusive, well, it's for her, but I think, so the Lottie Da pattern potentially and this box were things that were in like an exclusive box that she had. Anyways, and now she's selling the patterns that were in that box, but maybe she had extra patterns for they've been re-released. I don't know. Again, I'm not in the know. I know nothing. And so anyways, it was all beautifully, and I did put a picture of this on my Instagram. It's a beautiful red sampler. This is how it came, all gorgeously boxed, and it's a reflet de soie. It is not a reflet de soie. That's the threads. Wow. It is a, it is a reflet de soie. Oh, for goodness sakes. Again, she shouldn't listen to me. Just look at the beauty and don't, maybe mute me. I don't know what I'm talking about. It is a reflet de soie pattern. Goodness sakes. And they use soie d'Alger. That's the threads. And those are included in the box. Different colors of red and some other little goodies were in there. And so I was like, oh, that's so beautiful. And I don't have a reflet de soie pattern yet. And so I was highly tempted. So that all came home in my mailbox. Such beautifulness. All right, then I watch Kim, what is her new channel name called? The Contented Needleworker Kim. The Contented Needles. I think it's the Contented Needleworker Kim. Anywho, you should be watching her, because her amount of gorgeousness in the back, plus she is lovely. She is just lovely. And she shows pieces that she has put in repurposed frames and redone frames. Like she cuts frames down to fit things that for patterns, charts. Oh my gosh, I lost the word. For finished projects that she has done. Wow, maybe I need a nap. I was up really early so that I could get that red box. Anywho, she does a lot of, oh, I'm so sorry, excuse is there a better way to do this? No. She does a lot of stitching on perforated paper, and I also have been stitching on perforated paper, but what I normally can get is 14 count paper, right? 14 count holes, and occasionally I can find some 16, but it's still in like a small size. And I bought a sampler a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but a couple of years ago. That was, I think, a Nashville release. I think like 2 years ago. Don't ask me what the pattern is. I mean, if you're interested, I'm sure I can go and find it. But I always thought that it would look fantastic on perforated paper. But none of the paper that I could find was going to fit. It just was not going to fit. And so, like, I couldn't do it. Well, then Kim has been stitching on, like, bigger pieces of perforated paper. And I'm like, where are you getting this paper from? So finally, I think maybe she linked it down below, or I did some research. I don't know. And is it Dutch Treat Designs has a website, and if I can remember, I will link that down below as well. Yep, Dutch Treat Designs. She has a online shop, so it's www.dutchtreat.com, and she has these 12 by 18 count Aida perforated paper, and it's a 2-pack. And so I was like, I bought 4 of them, and I have to say, what awesome customer service she had. She was having some medical thing, I think, and so she wasn't going to be able to send them out in, I guess, as timely of a manner, but she contacted me and explained, and I was like, Claudia is totally great, because thank you for letting me know, but honestly, I have so much to stitch, and these will probably not see the light of day for a while, so it's not that big of a deal. But you know, customer service for me is everything. Just communicate to your customers if you are behind in something, or you oversold something, or you know, something isn't quite what was expected, or whatever, right? Just let your customer base know, because that gets people to come back. I'm not going to come back if you can't have good customer service. You're not communicating, you don't answer your emails, whatever the case is, right? But she was lovely, and I'm thrilled to be able to have found a bigger piece, because normally what I can get is like, what is it, the 8.5 by 11 sheet, or maybe the 8 by 14, is that right? 8 by 14? No, I think it's 8.5 by 11. It's just a normal size sheet, and I've never found anything bigger. I know people are doing it, so I was like, I must have those. So now, at some point, I will now be able to stitch on that. I'm excited. Okay, then, yes, I got this with something. It was a seller. I don't remember. Anyways, it's a Tombstone Mill Hill kit. And I know I didn't buy it in a shop. It was either on Etsy, eBay, or Mercari. I don't remember which one. And I want to say that this came with something, but I don't remember what it was. So there's that. Then somebody was selling a huge, and I do mean huge, amount. Huge amount. This whole entire stack of Lavender and Lace for, it was, I think I paid like $1.12 each pattern. I don't know, it was ridiculous. Anyways, there were a lot of there were a few repeats in here, and so I took those out. But so I'm just gonna go through them, okay? So here is Celtic Christmas, and I had been looking for her for a while. I wish I had gotten all of the Celtic series, and I didn't. And this one came with a beading needle, so that was kind of cool. But Celtic Christmas, these are all Lavender and Lace. Angel of Love. Here is The Wedding. And here is The Bride. And as if you have been with me for a while, you know that Mr. G and I just got engaged not that long ago. We've been living together for a while, but or we've been together for a while, but we decided finally, really it's him. He wanted to get married, and my daughter is engaged and will eventually also get married. And so I was like, well, you know what? Either one of these patterns would be kind of cool. So I'm not sure who's who, but maybe in my lifetime I will get these started. I don't know. We'll see. I have them. The Bride. This one is Little Wings. Oh, so cute. So cute. Ice Angel. Santa of the Forest. Now I got several of this one. The Spirit of Christmas. Gift of Peace. Earth Angel. Angel of Hope. Sweet Dreams. Guardian Angel. The First Angel of Flight. Light. The First Angel of Light. Oh my goodness. The Second Angel of Freedom. Angel of Grace. Heavenly Gifts. And Angel of Spring. So those all came, and then several of them, like Angel of Spring, I got 2 Santa of the Forest. Actually, I got 3. Got 2 extras. And then Ice Angel was an extra. And then Winter Rose, which I already had. I have this already. I bought this done. And Enchanted Alphabet. And I just bought this not that long ago. Already done. So those were all extras, and so at some point, those will become giveaways. And then, who did I buy this from? I feel like I bought this from somebody. Oh, goodness. Who did I buy this from? Oh, 1884 Stitchery. I don't know why I went on her website, 1884 Stitchery, but I did, and she had some patterns for sale, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy those. So, Not Forgotten Farm, The Witch's Inn. Love that one. So cute. You see the birds behind me? They didn't get fed this morning. I'm surprised they're so quiet. The Scarlet House, The Queen's Garden. The Scarlet House, Orts and Ends. La-di-da, because you know I love a la-di-da. Alone in the Garden, and actually I've been waiting for this one. I've been trying to find this one for a while because it's got Adam and Eve. I just absolutely love this. There's no over one, which makes me happy. And yeah, the only thing is that it does say 2012, and there's no like other letters or numbers to personalize this for your own. But that's okay because I have some books that have alphabets, and I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. But anyways, so cute, right? And anyways, the funny thing is LM. That's actually my first and my middle initial, so I could do that. In the Garden, this is also one I've been looking for a really long time. I saw somebody who had stitched this, and I was like, I need that. And I couldn't find it anywhere. So now I have it, and I am so excited. And again, no over one, which also makes me real happy. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. I love the snake around Eve. And then all things Plum Street, because honest to Pete, Plum Street and Paulette can do nothing wrong. Love her. From the Deep. I got this one, and this one says, behold that siren of the deep, her haunting song doth call, but from it thou must thyself keep, lest her spell thou befall. And it's shown on both dark and light fabric, so you can make a choice which works best for you, but I just love that, From the Deep. So purchased that, and I was super happy about that purchase. Seriously, I did a lot of late night stitching. It was gross. Then another Birds of the Feather apple sampler. Love this. It's Be Kind. No, she included a free pattern in here that's Lizzie Kate. Be kind, be happy, be well. I was looking at the back, and I was going to say, oh, I could read to you what it says. No, I can't. It says, a tree is known by its fruit. That's what that pattern says. And I just thought this would be really cute in the kitchen. So, got that one. And then I found Prairie Moon, I Thee Wed. I had a moment. After I said yes to Mr. G. And I thought, well, you know, maybe I'll do a wedding sampler. So then I started like looking for some fun, cool wedding samplers that I would like. Doves and those kinds of things are not my thing. And but I found this one, and I was like, oh, I kind of like that. That's pretty cool. So we'll see. But then I went overboard, and I bought, like, there's a couple others, right? Like, then there's the bride, and there's the wedding, and there's from Lavender and Lace. So there's all those. Okay, and then for some reason, oh, there's a bird on the window. For some reason, I thought I should buy a Teresa Wenzler, because I've been watching some of my favorite Flosstubers, and they're doing Teresa Wenzlers, and I'm like, I want to do like Teresa too. I have no business. I am not, there's a lot of back stitching. And this is really one of the reasons why back in the day when I went back to stitching, or even in the 80s, early 90s, that you could buy the kits from Joann's or Michael's. I never bought them because I was so intimidated by all the back stitching and the full coverage-ish stuff and all the things that I was like, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Well, now I'm like, so I went and had a look for this book, Teresa Wenzler's Fantasy Collection. And here are all of the patterns, and I'll get in close so you can see. These are all the patterns that are in this book. Okay, and not every one of them have over one or some weird stitches that I can't do. So, like, of course, one of the patterns that I wanted to do, which I couldn't tell you which it is to save my life right now when I'm trying to find it, it actually had over one, and I was like, well, poop, can't do that. So, but it's okay. It's okay. I don't know why I thought for some reason I needed this Teresa Wenzler's Fantasy Collection book. And maybe I will do something in there. I know the little would love for Grammy to do dragon or something. She's very into dragons. Okay, excuse me. I'm gonna move this over. Last pile. Oh my gosh, we're nearing the end. My goodness. Okay. Let me finish with the haul. And then, okay, when I started like looking for Teresa Wenzler, I was like, well, maybe, you know, I could do something that's not like the fantasy or whatever, right? And maybe it would be easier to do and there wouldn't be a lot of over one and it wouldn't have a lot of like specialty stitches or anything like that. This one does. It has Lazy Daisies, eyelet stitch, leaf satin stitch, which, let me be honest, I probably won't do, and we'll probably just do the crosses for, because I think you can do that, right? It's your pattern, you can do what you want, right? But I found this one, and because I have a really lovely garden, and the birds and deer and squirrels and chipmunks and monarch butterflies, and I have a virtual zoo in my backyard. And so I thought, well, you know what? This would be beautiful out here. And so I purchased this. This is called the Treetop Sampler. It's got a chickadee, a house wren, a bluebird, a titmouse, and a nuthatch. Birds on there. I was like, those are cute. Maybe at some point I will get that done. Okay, then I've got a funny story over that. Then I'm not sure where I got these from. Maybe eBay, maybe Mercari, one of those. Somebody was selling two Brenda with Thy Needle and Thread Brenda Gervais charts, and this is the Brick House Sampler. I thought that was really pretty. And then this one, Where Liberty Dwells. So that one. And those ones are new, never being touched. Maybe they're new patterns. I don't even know. Then I found this Heirloom Samplers book. It's just by the Heirloom Shop. I don't know anything about this book. Yep, the Heirloom Shop in Jackson, Mississippi. 1978. And then these are all the samplers that are in this book. And there were quite a few that attracted me to purchase this. Inspired, attracted, said, "Do it, Lisa." I don't know. Then, you know, again, I had this whole thing after Mr. G and I got engaged. I was like, oh, let me look for, you know, wedding samplers. And then I found this gold collection, Love Forever wedding record. Back in the day, you paid $24.17 for this. And this is a crewel. Oh, yeah, I'm not doing that. What was I thinking? This is a crewel design. Maybe I got so excited because it said the gold collection, and it was not a lot of money for the kit. And yeah, what was I thinking? It's a crewel design. That might get donated. Sometimes the fingers are faster than the brain. And unfortunately, my PayPal recognizes me on my phone, so I don't even like have a whole lot of hope in like remembering, you know, having a thought process like, well, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I don't need that after all, you know, yeah, that kind of thing. No, it didn't happen. I don't know what's the matter with this dress. It's weird. Okay, anyways, then somebody was selling like, and this might have been a whole together. It doesn't matter. I purchased these as well. Mirabilia designs charts. Okay, these came as a set, and I knew that I mean, I'm already doing this one. I had this one out as a Mira May piece a few years ago, and or maybe last year, I don't remember. Anyways, so I already had this pattern and I knew that, but the other two patterns were so cheap that getting this one as well was fine. And so this one will go in as a giveaway as well. And this is Millennium Angel. And because I already have that, so that will go in as a giveaway. But the two that I wanted was the Baby Boat and Fairy Tales. Neither of which I had. So I was like, oh, and again, they were so cheap. I was shocked at how cheap they were. So, buy all the Mirabilia. I was going to say memorabilia. No, Mirabilia, because you never know when it's going to go away and be discontinued. OOP. And then, I don't know why, but the gold collection seriously was on my mind. And so I found this little kit. What is it called? Santa's Woodland Friend. I love that horse. It's so pretty. I just thought that was beautiful. And then this one's Moonlit Cabin. And I have this weird feeling that I may have this already. I'm not sure. I have not, for probably the last 4 months, 5 months, updated my Xstitch app with all of the patterns that I've been buying, which is really detrimental to me because that's actually the first place that I go before I buy things, unless it's brand new and I know I don't have it. But buying things on the secondary market, I try to go and look and see if I've already had it, because sometimes I buy things because I like it so much I must have it 2, 3, 4 times. I don't know. Then, you guys, I don't know what I am doing. I don't, because Shepherd's Bush. Shepherd's Bush. I know many people stitch Shepherd's Bush. I don't or haven't. Mainly because, I don't know why, because I just haven't. But I got on a kick. I think I had some more FOMO, maybe. And I see everybody is doing Shepherd's Bush, and it's so cute, and it's so pretty, and I love it. And I'm like, oh, I should probably have some of that, because sure, I'll stitch that. And so then I found a couple of people who were selling lots of Shepherd's Bush. So I'm going to show you. So there was a seller that sold all of these patterns as one lot. And again, like, I think I paid $10 for this whole entire thing. And every one of them are stockings. I am never going to do a stocking in my lifetime, you guys. I'm just not. I don't think I am. I say that. I don't think I am. Plus, these are very prim. Maybe that's also why I have not stitched them, because I find their patterns much more prim than I typically have done. I like samplers, yes, but I think that there's a difference between samplers and then like prim stitching, right? And I don't know that I've done a whole lot of that, if any of it. I don't know. Maybe I have, and again, you guys know my memory is nothing, and so again, don't pay any attention to me. I know nothing. Anywho, I was so attracted to these. I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy these, and at the very least, I'll look and see how hard the patterns are, and maybe a few of these will inspire me. But I am not going to stitch stockings for my family. That's really what I mean. I'm not going to stitch stockings for my family. That boat has sailed, and that's not where I am in my life. And my kids are all older now. I'm probably not getting any more grandchildren, and if I do, I'm only getting one, and it doesn't sound like I'm getting any great grandchildren in the future, even though the little's only 12, and what does she know? But she's pretty adamant, no kids. And so yeah, so I don't doing stockings for my family doesn't seem like a thing, but maybe I would do it like a stocking as a display, maybe. So that's why I picked these up. So here is the first one. This is called Sophie's stocking. I'm just gonna go through them so you can see. Really cute. This is Anna's stocking. So cute. I mean, they are cute. Reed's stocking. Thomas's stocking. Tina's stocking. Jeffrey's stocking. That one's cute. Little wizard, so cute. Jillian's stocking. Christian's stocking. Terry's stocking. And Birdie's stocking. So those were the stocking patterns. I think they were all the stocking patterns. Oh no, there was Sophie's stock. Oh, did I say that one already? I did, right? I just put it down in the wrong place and not where I should have. Got myself confused. And then because I was on this Shepherd's Bush high, and I was like, oh, so gonna do Shepherd's Bush. I bought some more. So what is this? This is Autumn. And there's a potential that I would stitch this. And then this one is Snow. Also, absolutely the potential of doing this. I love snowmen. I think that they are adorbs. I love them. And maybe I would do this on a higher, maybe I would do this on 14 count, but I would do like over 2. So making it a 7 count and making it into a big pillow. I think that would be really cute. But see, none of these came with the buttons. And so, and I don't know if they came with buttons originally or if you had to buy them separately, but I don't have the buttons for any of the patterns, and maybe that's kind of what stops me too. And then this one is in a stable. Oh, I love this. I do love this. So this one, I don't think that there's any over one. This is a 2008. And it's done on R&R Reproductions fabric. Yeah, honestly, they don't look like they're that hard, do they? No, they don't. And they're small, and it doesn't look like anything is like over 1 or a weird stitch, except for there's a juniper stitch. Does anybody know how to do a juniper stitch? Okay, almost done. Almost done. The end of this haul. All right. I was surfing one day, and because even though what I was hoping when I got all of those Lavender and Lace patterns was the listing didn't show all of them, and the picture, you know, there was some that were kind of hiding behind each other, and I have been looking for those 3 fairies forever. You know, the ones that kind of remind me of the 3 fairies from Sleeping Beauty, Fairy Flora and Merryweather. And I have been looking for that forever. And I know that I've got some friends who are like, we will loan you our pattern. And but I feel really bad because like I have been lent Queen of Peace and I've had it forever, longer than I should. And while yes, there was a lot of life things that happened that were very unexpected, that, you know, kind of pushed it back. I feel bad because I'm not a fast stitcher and I squirrel a lot and I have a very hard time. I'm not a monogamous stitcher. I cannot be. I actually, I've honestly tried, like, just, you know, I'm gonna bang out and this is the only thing. I get so either frustrated or done with sections and I'm just like, I just can't. I can't. And so that's why I have a lot of whips, and because my mind goes a billion miles a minute and I cannot and have never been able to concentrate on one thing. Even when I'm reading, I have this weird, and I'm sure a lot of people have this, but I have this weird ability that I can actually read ahead of what I'm reading. Like I'm already, you know, when you're reading words, I'm already reading the earlier words while I'm saying the other words. It's weird. It's so weird. I think that that's just a weird quirk of how my brain goes. And then in addition, I'm already thinking of something else too. It's crazy. It's weird. It never shuts off. Reason why I never sleep. Anyway, oh my God, all that to say, I feel bad about borrowing things from people because I just, you know, I have best intentions and it does not end up the way that I really want it to. And so anyways, I've been on the hunt for that pattern and I plugged it in and I started surfing late night, insomnia issues, and I came across this seller called the Stitch Witch, and she has an Etsy store that is wickedwips.etsy.com. Again, I'll link that information down below. But she had the chart. Oh my God, it's called Firefly Fairies. So I finally have it, and she sold it at retail, which made me so happy. Oh my gosh, made me so happy. So I finally got it brand new in the package, never opened, never touched, never, and she only had the one, and I got it. So while I was there, and you all know nothing can go alone. I mean, if there wasn't anything, yes, I would have, but if you're gonna pay shipping and everything, you might as well like add some things, right? And did I pay shipping? Let me double check. Yeah, there was shipping. Oh no, she took the shipping off. Oh wow. So maybe it's because I got to a certain level. I don't know. Anyways, the shipping came off. So, maybe that's what it was. If I didn't have like a certain amount, and so and that pattern obviously didn't make it to that amount. So I was like, okay, well, let's see what else I can get to get the free shipping. Because I like that. So she had these black swan designs that I just thought were so pretty. And so the first one is Lily Pond Dreams. Oh, maybe you'd like to see it. She's so pretty. I thought, oh man, she's stunning. And then the second one I found was Pansy. And oh my word, I love pansies. And this is the 6th in the Flower Angel series. And obviously I don't have, what are the other ones? The other ones are Sweetheart Rose, Calla Lily. Ooh, I might need to find Calla Lily. Calla Lilies are my favorite flower ever. Iris, oh, also really pretty. Oh, Chrysanthemum is beautiful, and Tulip. Okay, here, let me see if I can show you. These are the other ones. Oh, they're gorgeous. I might have to go on the hunt for those. I say that, though, am I ever gonna stitch them? I don't know. Anyway, so I found those two patterns, and then she had some needle minders. And I love needle minders. I do use them on my projects, but I have quite a few of them, and I always forget to, you know, so I'm pulling one off of like a whip that I have right beside me, and I'm pulling it off, and I'm using that one, and so, but I have a ton of needle minders, and so anyways, but she had these ones. Let me just show you. So this is Cruella, and this is Maleficent. I love Maleficent. Maleficent is my favorite. Sleeping Beauty is by far my favorite Disney show, and mostly because of Maleficent, but also Sleeping Beauty. She's just so gentle and sweet and unassuming and kind and all the things, right? Like, yeah, I love her. Maybe I love her because I was never gonna be her, and you know how they say opposites attract, and I relate to Merida. Yeah, so anyways, she had these, and I love all things evil. All of the evil Disney, I love. Ursula, and the Evil Witch, and Cruella, and Captain Hook, and like just all of the evils, right? I love them. And I'm always excited to find something that has Maleficent, because she is by far my favorite evil. So I got those. And then she included as freebies this little Rapunzel fairy tale pin cushion by Tiny Modernist. I thought that was really, really sweet. And then she also included this little threader, and it's a bead, and I want to get it up right. It's a seahorse. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little seahorse and a needle threader. I thought that was so sweet. So those were like free gifts that she added. Fast shipping, a wonderful shop owner, small business. I will definitely purchase from her again, 100%. The stuff was packaged really nicely. It came in, you know, a bag, but then it was all tissue wrapped. And for me, again, presentation's everything, along with your customer service. And she knocked it out of the park. I will 100% buy from her again. Highly recommend. And then, oh my goodness, Color and Cotton is killing me. I wish I lived close to their shop, because I would buy all of the floss. Anyways, they post a lot on Instagram, and you got to be quick when you see their posts, because it's typically like they have fabric grab bags, or they've got bundles of floss that it was misdyed or whatever, right? And they're selling them at highly reduced prices, and there's nothing wrong with them other than it's not their normal color scheme, or you know, whatever. So that happened. And then they also posted that they had a couple of threads from their threads of the month, and I'm one of my clubs that I got rid of last year was Color and Cotton, both the fabric and the floss clubs, just because I had so many, and you know, things have got to give. And but I will still randomly buy when they have a sale or something like that. And so this last time they said that they had a couple of maybe this was one of the things. Anyways, it's a khaki gradient set, and there are 5 skeins of 8 yards per skein of this floss, and I just like them so much that I bought 4 packs of it. So there's, you know, pale khaki. They're all named khaki things. Let me see if I can tell you what they are. Show you a set. Okay. So that's the set. So we've got pale khaki, we've got soft khaki, we've got medium khaki. Oh, wait for it. Maybe this is medium. Oh, dark khaki and bold khaki. So they're just so pretty. And so I bought 4 of those because do you ever want to run out? How horrible is that when you're going along in a pattern and this has happened. Oh my gosh, to me it has happened. Mainly because I didn't read the directions and I only bought 1 skein of everything when it was 1/1 and I was doing 2/1, so I needed to double up on my floss anyways. I was going along and then bam, I didn't have enough floss to finish up the pattern because I was done. Anyway, that was not all that I bought. They were having a sale of their misdyed hanks, and so you could get it in a 25 skein or a 50 skein hanks, which is 200 yards for a 25 or 400 yards for a 50. So some of them I bought 25s and some of them I bought 50s. So a 25 in this luscious green. Look at that green. Oh, I see this for Halloween so much. Yeah, I do. That was pretty cool. Then this is a 400, and none of these have color names because they're misdyes. So, but that one's super pretty. Let's see, maybe putting them up too. This one also is 400. Oh, 400. And that's like grays. Oh, I just think these are so pretty. This one, they were out of the 400, but I could get 2. They were out of the 50s, but I got 2 25s. So, doesn't bother me then. And then this one here, oh, I love this. This is such a nice autumn color to me. There we go. And one more. Oh, also love this one. Kind of olivey greens. Olive khaki greens. Anyways, all right. So that was that purchase. That was such a happy box to get. Okay, then I'm almost done with the haul part, or loot, whatever we're calling it. Then when I went to go and get the little in July, I managed to get to Threadneedle Street on my way in. I managed to get there on a Friday, I think it was, and I was gonna leave on Tuesday with the little, and we had things to do that we were doing as a family on Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday it was really get everybody packed up and things. So I knew I wasn't going to have any real time to slip away and get to Threadneedle Street, and so I managed to drive, and I was hoping I was going to, but there was no guarantee because there's a time difference when you get from Montana into Washington, and I kept looking at the clock, and you know, between stopping for gas and potty breaks, and then there was an accident, and I just was not guaranteed I was going to make it. And so I didn't, you know, let anybody know really, to see if maybe somebody wanted to meet up there and maybe have a quick bite to eat or something like that. And so I just didn't I was not guaranteed I was going to make it, and then I didn't know at what point I would be able to slip away on either Saturday or Monday to get out there. So anyways, all that to say, I managed she closes at 5. I got there at 4:35. And we had the most loveliest visit. I absolutely love Threadneedle Street. It will forever be my LNS. I do have a lovely LNS here with Craft Gallery, and then of course Keepsakes, and then there's, you know, some other little, the Crafty U, and those are places that I will frequent, but I have a hard time calling them my LNS just because I have such a, I mean, I've been going to Denise's store since Mitch was 3 and he's 23 now, so 20 years, 20 years I've been going there, and I just absolutely love that shop. And not to say that I don't love others, but you know, when you have that relationship, and I'm starting to get the relationship at Craft Gallery, and I love Paula and Carlton, and yeah, I love going there, and I feel so very welcome, and so, but when I'm in Washington, Threadneedle Street is my LNS and forever will be. Anywho, she stayed open for me. She kept the store open, and then you know, closed it at her time, and just we stayed and chatted, and we had the most lovely visit, and I adore her. I just adore her. And of course, while I was there, I bought some things, and but I don't honestly think that she cares if I would buy anything or not. We just have the best visits. Next time I'm gonna have to bring tea or something, just so that we can I always come empty-handed, except with my wallet. But anyways, I purchased some more fabric. She had a 20 count white, and I don't have a lot of just white 20 count that I can do something on, and so either I will you know, find a really nice bold floss, maybe that green one, I don't know, but to do a pattern on, or maybe dye it, I don't know. And then she had 2 22 count Hardanger touch of grays in 18 by 15s that I bought as well, because I can still see those holes, and I've stitched on this before, and I think sometimes the smaller the better for some of the bigger patterns. Then she had a couple of new patterns there. Christmas in July by Paulette of Plum Street Samplers. I'm gonna meet her one day. That's like my bucket list. It's a bucket list item for me to meet Paulette Stewart. It's gonna happen. I know it is. And then Little House Needleworks. I have seen people do these little petites, and I'm like, I want to do those petites. And so I got the Americana. Oh God, they're so cute. And then Lovable Petites. Also really like, you know, I have a Valentine baby. He was born on Valentine's Day, but I don't have a lot of Valentine's stitches. And yeah, I love them. So anyways, about that. And then she had a Told in the Garden pattern. What's this called? Family Treasure 1. So I purchased that one. This one says, "The birds go to sleep by the sweet wild twist of her song." I just love that. Yeah, so pretty. And you know, there's not like a lot of color. I mean, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There's 12 colors in here. 12 DMCs. So pretty. Anyways, okay, and then I bought Erin Elizabeth Designs. Have I heard of Erin before? I don't think I have. But she had Canadian smalls, and I love that. I love the A. True North, strong and free. Oh, Canada, A. Funny story. So 3 of my children were born in Canada. And, you know, Canadians, we do say A. It's just, you know, something like you go, right? Or so, here. And, did it again. And anyways, my last son was born in the States, but he wanted to be known as a Canadian baby so bad. So he would try to say A. And you know how when you try to force A, and it sounds like A, and that's not how you say, like, that's not natural. It's not a natural Canadian A. And it would be so funny, and I would try and correct him, and it would just get worse and worse and worse, and it was just so funny. And I'm like, baby boy, you're not Canadian. He's like, yes, I am. I'm born into a Canadian family, therefore I'm Canadian. And I'm like, yeah, you get dual citizenship, absolutely. If anything happens here, we're ditching over to Canada. But I'm like, baby boy, you weren't born, like, he didn't have that, you know, family around and the affect and the whole thing, right? And so it's just so funny. So I'm so doing that for him. Goodness. All right, and then I picked up a couple of Noras because I can never go to Denise's and not buy either a Mira or a Nora. And she had the 2 reindeer that I have been, I just, every once in a while, I'm like, I should get all the reindeer because you never know when they're going to get retired, right? And I'm like, but I don't want all the reindeer. Here's the reason why. Because every single one of them, their border is all different. And I like to match a little bit. I have a harder time. If a series of something isn't all kind of the same. It's crazy, I know. So there were only really a few of the reindeer that I really, really liked. Vixen was one. This is Vixen. And Blitzen is the other one. And I think there's one more. And so I think I'm just going to do a set of 3. 3, 5, 7. Yeah. That's, I like the odds. And so anyways, and then I bought 2 of the newer, well, actually one of them is the newest one, but Mirabilias. So Nightingale and Blackbird. Thrilled. So that is all the loot that Lisa has and got, and now she has got to find places to put that all in. And so if you have stuck with me to the end of all of this, I am going to do a small little giveaway. And what I am going to give away is this Mirabilia Millennial Angel. Oh man, I was trying to get there. Millennium Angel. I am stitching her right now, and she is absolutely gorgeous. And if you would like a chance to win this pattern, if you would say Angel in your comment, and rules apply, please be 18, please, I'm only doing in the States, so if you have a state address, a US address, then absolutely, but US addresses only, please. Be 18, don't say giveaway, and I would really appreciate it if you subscribed and liked this video, and subscribed to my channel. I would appreciate that, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't have the time to look. So and then the other piece that I'm going to do as a giveaway today is Winter Rose from Lavender and Lace. So if you would like the opportunity to win this pattern, if you could say Rose, and I will get those off. So Angel and Rose. So those are the 2 that I'm going to do at this time, and stay tuned for future videos with future giveaways. I have a lot. And I just also want to say that this is not all of my loot. I kept some of it for my regular type video because I received some really wonderful and kind, sweet, oh my gosh, I've made a really wonderful new friend, and so I got some very sweet happy mail that I will show in my regular video, and then I've bought some other things that I feel are a little bit more wonderfully special that I want to talk about in my next video. And so that's kind of where that's at. So thank you so much for sticking with me for this whole entire time. As you can see, this is one of the reasons why, for the amount of time that this took, that I did not put it in a regular video, or we would be here for a week. So oh my gosh, it's ridiculous, I know. In the future, there will not be loot videos like this, or hauls, or anything like that. I'm really going to start kind of curbing what I'm doing, looking at 2024 and deciding how I want to spend my time. I spend a phenomenal amount of time playing games on my phone, which I could be stitching. And I like to read and listen to podcasts, and you know, I do antique refinishing, and there's a lot of things that I have loves of. And my plant care, oh my gosh, that has gotten, they need a lot of water and a lot of attention. Keeping their upkeep is really a lot of work. And then some things will be happening here in October that I'll talk about later. And so, you know, there's just a lot of things that, you know, life makes different twists and turns, and so I'm looking at what's more important to me in the new year, and where I want my stitching journey to go, and all of that. So yeah, all that to say, anyways, thank you for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed, that you had a lot of eye candy, and maybe you saw some patterns that you're, you know, so interested in getting. Please send comments. I love your comments. I absolutely love your comments, and I do try to answer every single comment, if not heart it. If I have missed you, it's completely unintentional. Sometimes I don't get notifications, and I don't know that there are new comments unless I specifically go to the video and see. And so if I have missed something and it needs to be addressed, please either send me an email, which that email is linked down below, or DM me on Instagram, or make another comment on a new video so I can see it and say, hey, I made a comment on whatever video, if you could, you know, yeah. Okay, I think that's it. I hope you all have fun. And I have nothing more to say. Hugs and stitches to you all. I will be back soonish with an update video, as well as a Queen of Peace show video. Really excited about her. And now I'm going to try and get this video edited, uploaded, and then get started on that pantry, because Mr. G's coming home. And I'm sure he would really like to sit down at the dining room table to eat. So there's that. Yeah. All right. Have a great week, and I will see you hopefully soon.